Hello everyone, welcome back to another beer versus beer. Let me go ahead and move this a little bit. So today I've got a second in a row brewer versus itself video. So I got this Weihenstephaner Helles in a basically a gift box that had one can of this and then one Stein, what we call Stein or Moss, the glass, what people call a Stein. And I thought about going up against Tucha Helles with it, or Augustiner if I had one, but they're expensive and I can only get them in like 6-packs. And then I decided, you know what? Since I can't get this normally, I can only find it in that pack around here. I haven't even seen another one since I got this. I was like, I want to have it go up against their original lager and see which one I prefer. Because for a while I wasn't sure if they were the same beer or not, but they're not. This Helles, I'm trying to find the ABV, it's 4.8%, whereas the original premium lager, as they call it, is 5.1%. So anyway, I'm very curious to see which of these two I will actually prefer. I guess we'll find out. First of all, let's go ahead and see if we can see both of these. My lighting's terrible. Alright, so we got the original lager here and the Helles over here, and I'm trying to check different lighting here. I really can't tell a difference. I think that could just be the glass, but the glass is fogging up. So I really can't tell a difference. They look pretty identical to me. The original lager might look a little bit clearer, but again, I can't quite tell because this glass is really, they're both getting very, I would say the lager looks, to me, clearer when I put it in the same light. So, it's interesting that would be a difference. Let's go into smell. Let's say kind of crackery. Similar, but I think the original lager might be a little bit sharper, but they're both pretty mild, so sharper, not sharp. Whereas the Helles does seem a little bit smoother, more biscuity, more, like cracker, maybe. Whereas the original premium lager tastes more like, or smells a little bit more like a typical American lager, but a little better than that, not quite as pungent. So anyway, let's go ahead and start with the Helles. It's very smooth. Very little bitterness, just a hint on the very end. Very good though. I mean, it's actually really impressive. Okay. All right. The taste follows the scent insofar as I would say the original premium lager is a little sharper. But again, they're lagers. They're not strong. They're not, lagers don't have usually a very strong flavor. A little bit more bitterness, but again, it's not anywhere Pilsner territory. That's interesting. I'm really curious about this Helles being more cloudy. It's really kind of confusing me. Maybe that's normal. I don't know. I could see people with different tastes definitely preferring one or the other depending on what they gravitate towards. If you tend to like Pilsners and you want a little bit of that hoppy balance to it, you probably would prefer the premium lager. Which I don't typically like Pilsners, but I still really like this. So even if you're not a Pilsner fan, but you do like a little bit of crispness, hoppy crispness, then you might still prefer the original premium lager. I'm not a huge lager guy, but I've come to appreciate a good lager. And I do, sometimes, just the lager is what you want. Especially if you just want something easy drinking and potable. And I do prefer lagers over Pilsners, as I said. I understand Pilsner's a type of lager. You know what I'm saying. I prefer more malty, less hoppy, less bitter. This is a tough one. I mean, they're noticeably different. I think this is much more noticeably different than the Augustiner when I did the Edelstoff versus their regular Helles. I think that one was actually harder to differentiate the two than this. Okay. I think I know which direction I'm going. Yeah, for me it's the Helles. I think there's a lot of people that would prefer the original premium lager, but for all the reasons I said, I tend to prefer smoother, more malty, less bitter, and that's the Helles. To a T, that's what differentiates them. But for those who do like a little bit more crispness, a little bit more malt or hop bitterness, go with the premium. Now this is bad news for me because I can't find the Helles. I can find Tucha Helles, I can get Augustiner Helles. The Augustiner is very expensive. But I can't find this. The only place I've seen this was at my local bottle shop when they had boxes of the Maas, the big glass mug, the Weihenstephaner mug, which I know it's ironic. I used the Ondex glasses today. It's because I only have one Weihenstephaner glass, and I didn't want to put these in two separate glasses this time, which I've done in the past. I think I had one video where I did a comparison and I had them in two different types of glasses. I didn't want to do that for this one. So anyway, that's that. But to me, the Helles Helles wins. Cheers.